Fish and Chums!
3, 2, 1. Hi everybody, Gary Hydrick here for this week's Fish and Chums Fishing Report. Wow, it's windy again. It's been windy every day this week. What, 6 days a week? 7 days this week? I don't know. Anyway, I just got back from Lake Taneycomo, kind of pre-fishing for a tournament that's going to be tomorrow on Saturday by the Vietnam Veterans Association here in Branson. They're having a fundraiser, a fishing tournament. Don King and I went out and pre-fished. I hope the Saturday's better than today because, boy, we had a tough time with the bite today. Well, let's get to the fishing report. Hey, buddy, how you doing? You was late for your call, buddy. Yeah, you're late for your call. Tuffy, 16 years old like me. Wow. All right, let's go out to Truman Lake. Truman Lake, by golly, I wish I was out there today. Still some pretty good fishing taking place at Truman. There's a variety of reports happening. You can catch them off the flats back up in the river area, the Osage. You can go up the Palmy. I've had reports of the Grand. It's just in the big cluster of trees. That's what you want to fish. The crappie are in there chasing shad, and you want to fish anywhere from 12 to 20, 22 feet of water around these trees. Minnow seems to be the best bet, or a jig and minnow combination. If you're real good with that jig, you can catch some fish on a jig as well. So Truman continues to be good up on the flats, on the pole timber, and the cluster of trees. And they've been picking up some fish on the bluffs, as I've been talking the last couple of weeks. Any good bluff in, some brush in it, trees around it, you should be able to catch some fish. Now, they have been picking up some fish once again around the docks as well. But it's going to be different. Saturday, it's going to be windy and cold, the high 45, 50 degrees. It's unbelievable. So it might be tough fishing this weekend. If I had my pick between Saturday and Sunday, I think I'd fish on Sunday. Okay, let's go to Lake of the Ozarks right quick. Same thing as the last 3 weeks. They're still catching crappie around the big condo docks and the regular docks, and they're picking up fish on the banks, the brushy banks. Anywhere you find a brush, any kind of structure off the bank, 4 to 6 to 8 feet of water, you can catch crappie. And if they're biting this week, you can catch some big crappie at Lake of the Ozarks as well. Stockton Lake, been windy out there, not a whole lot to report on this week. They've been picking up some fish by trolling and drifting worms off the points, a little bit shallower than last week. They've been picking up fish in 5 to 8 feet of water, 10 feet of water by working the points at Stockton. Some white bass, if you can find them when they're chasing shad to the surface, but there's been so much wind, that's been tough this week. By the way, they are picking up some crappie at Stockton as well in the brush piles, anywhere 15 to 18, 20 feet of water. Okay, let's go over to, let's see, not Table Rock, let's go to Bull Shoals. Bull Shoals, we've had some fair reports, a lot of wind out there this week as well. They've been picking up some fish on spinnerbaits in this wind, and also square-billed crankbaits at Bull Shoals. And they've been picking up some fish as well on jigs. You might want to flip some football jigs at Lake of the Ozarks this weekend. Crappie fishing so-so, walleye fishing's fair out at Bull Shoals, not a lot to report on. Okay, just got back from Lake Taneycomo. Don King and I tell you what, we had a tough bite today. A lot of wind out there. Earlier it was just like a mirror, last conditions. And then the wind come up. I like to throw jigs this time of the year, but I tell you what, I don't even think we caught a fish. In fact, what am I talking about? I know we didn't catch a fish. That's unusual for me because I love to jig fish. Generally, I can catch some fish at Taneycomo, but wow, it was tough out there today. They have been picking up some fish still on the pink worm. A lot of the guys are putting a float up above that pink worm, about 4 or 5 feet up above that worm, so you need kind of a long rod. Flip that out. They've been picking up some fish on that. You know what I'm talking about, the Berkeley trout worm, about a 4-inch pink worm. They've been using this. Night crawlers have been fair, and they have been picking up some fish on jigs. But folks, I'm telling you, the last couple of days have really been tough out there. Hope it changes this weekend. We're going to fish that tournament. All right, Table Rock Lake, they've been having some fair success out there. A lot of short fish being caught. Some nice keepers. Been catching them on a variety of baits. Some people are drop shot fishing, picking up fish. A lot of short fish using this. A little bit of topwater action taking place. But I tell you what, if I had to catch bass out of Table Rock this weekend, I would stick to this brown jig right here. The brown jig, put a little color for a trailer, a plastic trailer. I would throw the brown jig with a kind of a chartreuse reddish plastic tail. Flip that up around the dock. Sometimes they may be in a shallow end, sometimes they may be in the shade. With all this wind this weekend, that may be a good bet. Flipping some of the brush piles as well. It's going to be tough, folks. It's going to be tough no matter where you fish this weekend, I'm afraid. But prove me wrong, huh? Prove me wrong. Well, that's it for the day. A quick report. I want to thank you for being with us. Be sure to like and share, and of course, subscribe. Hey, talk your friends into joining our team. We're having a lot of fun here on Fishing Chums. Send us a photo or enter any information. Just send it in an email. Email us at fishingchums@gmail.com. Okay, Tuffy, we did it. Give me a sugar. Oh, he's an awesome dog. Love you all. God bless you. See you next week. Happy outdoors.